Hello, and welcome to this high-level overview of the basic functionality of multi-entity management. My name is Don Ramsey, a solutions consultant with Binary Stream, and today I'm going to try and take a few minutes to show you two things: how account substitutions are handled by multi-entity management in the background, automatically for you. I'm also going to demonstrate at the same time how multi-entity management handles your intercompany transactions, your do-to, do-froms, if you will. Please note, while we're going to show you these two basic functionalities, we will gladly dig a little deeper through discovery and demo calls with you to look into the behind-the-scenes functionality of multi-entity if you have any questions after you view this video. But for today, we're not going to talk about all the capabilities of multi-entity, just these two items in the demo. Let's take a look. This is GP 2016, R2. We're going to look at one particular aspect: purchasing transaction entry. While we're looking at this, I want you to understand that the same functionality will apply to other modules of GP as well. First thing you might notice is we have a segment here saying, what company is this? This is company 0. Now understand that in my basic setup of multi-entity management, in my case, I have chosen the first segment of my account structure to represent my company. So just keep that in mind as we walk through this. Let's pick a vendor for this transaction. And let's put, say, $1,000 on this transaction for this vendor. All right, now, I have a simple transaction here. I've already said to you that my account structure is set up so that my first segment is going to represent my company. So for you accountants who are listening in or watching, you'll expect to see a two-line distribution, both starting with zeros in the first segment. I'm going to scroll this over here a bit, and sure enough, you do. My payables account starts with 000, and my purchase account starts with 000, which makes sense, because company 0 owns the transaction. But keep in mind, if I'm running multiple companies in a single GP install, GP only has one place to set up the default transactions. So let's take a look at the vendor. In my case, I've chosen to do this at the vendor level. So for Ace Travel, if I look at the account setup, payables account is 0002100. Well, that's exactly correct. But notice my purchases account. It's company 4, 4651000. And yet, on the transaction, the distributions are 000, not 400. Multi-entity management in the background automatically has ascertained, based on the way you've set it up, that this expense should not be going to company 4. And even though that's the default, it should be going to company 0, and it's put it in there correctly accordingly. Now, that's great for account substitutions. And as you can imagine, no matter how many distribution lines you have, those account substitutions will always take place as you've configured MEM. But what if you've got more than one company in the transaction? Let's make that so. We're going to make this based into 3 companies, we'll say. And we're going to break it up very logically. Same $1,000. And there we go. So right now I'm looking at a single transaction. Let me scroll that back over here for company 0, which owns the full $1,000 debt. But it's only absorbing $500 of that expense now. I've got 2 other companies that are taking the other 50%, the other $250 each. So there should be some intercompany transactions here, some do-to-do-froms. Let me tab off the last line. And there they are. So no matter how you're getting your transactions into GP, once you have MEM installed, MEM will look at that transaction, whether it comes in from an eConnect, a Smart Connect, a Scribe, or an Integration Manager, or you cut and paste from a spreadsheet, however you get them in, multi-entity management will look at the transaction and say, do I have do-to-do-froms? Do I have intercompanies that are owing from one company to another? And it will automatically populate them. They will always be balanced. They will always add up to 0. And if I even change them, if I make this $400, and let's make this $350, same $1,000, but now all of a sudden I've got a different distribution, and my do-to-do-froms are adjusted accordingly. So no longer do you have to worry about balancing those do-to-do-froms. As long as you're working in the right company, you're going to get the right transaction. So we've looked at account substitutions handled by MEM. We've looked at MEM intercompany transactions. So thank you very much for your time. Any questions, please talk to your account manager or call the number that you see on the screen. Take care and have a great day.